Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Friday, May 13, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Arizona Diamondbacks vs Chicago Cubs. Our team pick is Arizona Diamondbacks on the money line. And here is why. After a dismal end to their most recent homestand, 5 straight losses by a combined score of 27-7, the Cubs must have welcomed a trip out west. It showed in the results as the Cubs took 2 out of 3 games from San Diego to start the road trip. San Diego native Alfonso Rivas made sure that the Cubs would end their stay in San Diego on a positive note as he ripped a tie-breaking 2-run single in the 8th inning to help the Cubs to a 7-5 win. Rivas also homered in the second game of the series as he thrived performing in front of friends and family. The Cubs are now 11-19 on the season. The Cubs are still just 3-7 in their last 10 games and have a -13 run differential this season. That number is a bit jaded since the Cubs own a 21-0 win over Pittsburgh earlier this season. The rebuilding Cubs lineup is still just 18th in runs scored, 16th in hits and 14th in batting average. On Friday, Chicago will send hard luck starter Smiley to the mound. Smiley is just 1-3 on the season, but has pitched fairly well. He has allowed just 8 earned runs in his 5 starts, while giving up 24 hits in 23.2 innings. Smiley has faced the Diamondbacks just twice in his brief career and just once as a starter. He has allowed 10 hits and 7 runs over 7.1 innings and given up 3 home runs versus the Diamondbacks, all 3 home runs at Wrigley. The Arizona Diamondbacks had a miserable season in 2021. They finished 52-110 and with the worst record in baseball. With very few major changes this offseason, not much was expected coming into this season. The Diamondbacks have already won 17 games this season to just 15 losses. The 17 wins are 32% of their win total last year and just 20% of their schedule thus far. Arizona comes into this series in the midst of a 4-2 home stand which has improved their home record to 9-9 this season. On Wednesday, Arizona ended a 3-game winning streak with an 11-3 loss to the Miami Marlins. The game was tied at 3 going into the top of the 9th when the Diamondbacks bullpen completely collapsed in allowing 8 runs. Closer Mark Melancon fell to 0-4 on the season after allowing 3 hits and 4 runs in just 2/3 of an inning. Part of the reason for Arizona's success so far this season has been improved pitching. The Diamondbacks rank 12th in ERA so far this season, 18th in hits per game and 11th in walks per game. While these may not be eye-popping numbers, they are a great improvement from a staff that ranked near the bottom in every category in 2021. On Friday, Davies will take the mound against his former team. Davies has made 6 starts, thrown 29.2 innings and allowed 23 hits. He has walked 13 and struck out 22 with a whip of 1.21. He has allowed just 2 runs total in his last 2 starts, but Arizona is just 2-4 in his 6 starts. 2 teams going in different directions head into this series despite the most recent results. The Diamondbacks are 7-3 in their last 10 games, while the Cubs are 3-7 in their last 10. In a game of 2 starters that have pitched effectively despite modest results, I'm leaning towards Davies. Smiley has allowed more hits than innings pitched and has been hit fairly hard by the Diamondbacks in the past. Davies has pitched better as of late and has only allowed 2 runs in his last 2 starts. Add in the factor of facing his former team, and I'm leaning to the hot Diamondbacks at home versus the Cubs. Our total pick is under 8.5 runs. Zach Davies gets the ball for Arizona to begin their series against the Cubs, and while he hasn't pitched as well as Bumgarner, Kelly, and Gallen, he has done a fine job in his own right. He boasts a strong 3.34 ERA to go with a 1.21 whip, and while his strikeout rate is well below MLB average at 17.9%, it is right in line with his career numbers as he has always been more of a pitch-to-contact type of hurler, and he is getting soft contact at an elite level as he sits in the 94th percentile for average exit velocity and the 93rd percentile for hard hit rate. His walk rate of 10.6% is not ideal, but given the small sample size it is likely he will bring that down somewhere more in line with his career mark of 7.8%. Drew Smiley gets the call for the Cubs in the series opener to make his 6th start of the season. The veteran has been a serviceable back of the rotation arm throughout his career, and he is again filling that role for the Cubs in 2022. He has a solid 3.04 ERA in the early going, although his 5.07 FIP indicates he has been pretty lucky. His strikeout rate of 17.3% is well below his career average of 23.4%, but he is showing off some great control with just a 5.1% BB rate to help keep traffic off the bases. The free agent to be catcher for the Cubs is certainly putting himself in position for a massive payday. He kicked off the scoring on Wednesday with a solo home run in the first inning in what would turn into quite a battle. The Padres responded with a run of their own in the first and tacked on another in the second to take a 2-1 lead. Contreras was in the middle of the action again as the Cubs scored 4 runs in the fourth to retake the lead. San Diego wouldn't go away easily, coming back to tie the game on solo home runs from Eric Hosmer and Luke Voit, but Alfonso Rivas knocked in 2 with a single in the 8th to put the game away for good. No one gave the Diamondbacks any hope of beginning competitive in a loaded NL West, but Arizona has emerged from the first month of the season with a record over .500, and even if they aren't going to overtake the Dodgers anytime soon, they are keeping themselves in the hunt for the newly expanded playoffs so far. Their starting pitching has been incredibly strong, with Zach Gallen sporting a microscopic 0.95 ERA, while Merrill Kelly and a resurgent Madison Bumgarner both hold ERAs under 2.00. They are coming off a strong series against Miami that saw them take 2 of 3, and while the 11-3 score in the game they lost looks lopsided, they entered the 9th tied 3-3 before the bullpen completely imploded to allow 8 runs. Oakland Athletics vs Los Angeles Angels. Our team pick is Los Angeles Angels minus 1.5 runs. And here is why. The Los Angeles Angels have started this 2022 regular season very strong, as they are currently in first place in the AL West. On the offensive side of the field, the Angels are currently scoring 4.97 runs per game and hitting .248 as a team. This is the 3rd most runs scored per game and the 6th highest overall batting average. They are putting the ball in play consistently throughout these games and they are forcing their opponents to make multiple plays in the field to keep them off the scoreboard. The Angels have also shown that they have some serious power littered throughout their lineup. They are averaging 1.38 home runs per game, which is the 2nd highest average in the league. Los Angeles has also already stolen 21 bases, which is the 3rd most in the MLB. They are very aggressive on the offensive side of the field, and they are always trying to move their base runners into scoring position as quickly as they can. I would recommend watching for Mike Trout at the plate in this one. He is currently hitting .337 with 9 home runs. He can produce offense out of thin air, and I expect him to be aggressive against Jeffries. The Oakland Athletics have not started this regular season how they would have liked. They are currently in last place in the AL West and they will need to do everything they can to take down the Angels in this series. On the offensive side of the field, they are scoring 3.47 runs per game and hitting .204 as a team. This is the 27th least amount of runs scored per game and the 29th lowest overall team batting average. They are struggling to reach base safely, which is why they are struggling to score even more. They have also realized that they do not have as many home run hitters throughout their lineup as they thought. The Athletics are currently averaging .61 home runs per game, which is the 27th lowest average in the MLB. Their bats are simply cold right now, and they aren't generating enough offense to stay alive in these games. I would also expect the A's to stay aggressive once they have reached base safely. They have already stolen 20 bases this season, which is the 7th most in the league. I would recommend watching Sean Murphy at the plate in this game. He is leading his team with 4 home runs, as he has shown that he can produce offense for the A's. They will need him to stay aggressive at the plate in this one. On the defensive side of the field, the Angels have also been very solid to begin this new season. They are currently allowing 3.37 runs per game and have a 1.09 team whip rating. This is the 7th least amount of runs given up per game, as the Angels don't allow many base runners. This is also the 4th lowest whip rating, as getting on base against the Angels has been a challenge this season. Their starting pitching rotation has also shown up, as they have already recorded 11 quality starts, which is the one-off most in the league. They aren't having to go to their bullpen early in these games, and it is keeping their arms fresh and ready. The Angels starters are showing that they can go very deep into these games. The only thing they need to limit is their fielding errors. They have already made 19 mistakes in the field this season, which is the 20th most in the league this regular season. According to MLB.com, the Angels will start Chase Silseth on the mound. He has started this regular season with a 2-0 record and a 1.37 ERA. I am expecting Silseth to come into this one aggressive, as he also knows the A's have struggled at the plate. He also has a .85 whip rating, which is one of the lowest on his team. Chase Silseth will be looking to continue his impressive strikeout run. He has only pitched in 26.0 innings this season, but has recorded 37 strikeouts. I will be riding with the away team in this matchup. The Los Angeles Angels have the advantage on the offensive side of the field, and I see them scoring consistently throughout this game. Dalton Jeffries has been one of the weakest pitchers in the league this season, and I see the Angels teeing off on him early in this game. He has started this season 1-5 with a 5.22 ERA. The Angels are scoring the third most runs per game and have the sixth highest overall team batting average. They will have success on the offensive side of the field, and they will cover the run line spread -1.5. The A's also have one of the weaker offenses in the MLB. They are scoring the 27th least amount of runs per game and have the 29th highest team batting average. The Angels will keep the A's off the bases throughout this game and hold them to a very low run total. I don't see this game staying close for long, as the Angels will want to start this series strong on the road. Our total pick is over 7.5 runs. The Los Angeles Angels are looking for a full season with Mike Trout, Anthony Rendon, and Shohei Ohtani in the middle of the order. The Angels are a solid offensive team thus far, as they have a .751 ops as a team and are scoring 4.97 runs per game up to this point. Center fielder Mike Trout has been hitting well, as he has a 1.188 ops with 9 home runs and 19 RBI with 20 walks and 27 strikeouts this season. In his 150 games against the Athletics, he has a .301 batting average with 38 homers, 97 RBI, and 115 runs scored. The Los Angeles Angels will look to rebound from a 4-2 loss at the hands of the Rays in their last game. Mike Trout has 32 hits and 9 home runs, while Jared Walsh has a team-high 23 RBIs and Brandon Marsh has 19 RBIs. Shohei Ohtani has 33 hits, while adding 6 doubles, 6 home runs and 21 RBIs. Taylor Ward also has a .367 batting average as well this season. Chase Silseth will make his major league debut here and was 2-0 with a 1.64 ERA in AA this season. The Los Angeles Angels will look to rebound from a 4-2 loss at the hands of the Rays in their last game. Mike Trout has 32 hits and 9 home runs, while Jared Walsh has a team-high 23 RBIs and Brandon Marsh has 19 RBIs. Shohei Ohtani has 33 hits, while adding 6 doubles, 6 home runs and 21 RBIs. Taylor Ward also has a .367 batting average as well this season. Chase Silseth will make his major league debut here and was 2-0 with a 1.64 ERA in AA this season. The Oakland A's will look to build on a 3-game win streak after a 5-3 win over Detroit in their last game. Sheldon Neuse has a team-high 32 hits with 14 RBIs and a .291 batting average, while Sean Murphy has 24 hits with a team-high 10 doubles and 4 home runs with 17 RBIs. Seth Brown's got 17 RBIs with 4 doubles, and Neuse has 14 RBIs as well this season. Elvis Andrus also has 5 doubles as well this season. Dalton Jeffries will start here and is 1-5 with a 5.22 ERA and 19 strikeouts this season. Philadelphia Phillies at Los Angeles Dodgers. Our team pick is Los Angeles Dodgers at -1.5 runs. And here is why. The Dodgers have the best record in the National League, but they got a little dose of reality earlier in the week, dropping 2 of 3 contests to Pittsburgh, including Wednesday's game, losing 5-3. The Dodgers gave up 3 home runs in the game, surprising considering that they were tied with San Francisco for the fewest home runs allowed entering the contest, but are now in second with 20 allowed. Los Angeles still has the best ERA in baseball at 2.25 and is first in WHIP, 0.99, and opponent batting average .196. Philadelphia enters the series on a winning note, defeating the Seattle Mariners on Wednesday, 4-2. It was a 4-run 4th inning that proved to be the decisive frame for the Phillies, thanks to a grand slam off the bat of Rhys Hoskins. Power has definitely been the way for Philadelphia this year, as they are 6th in home runs with 36 and are 6th in runs scored per game at 4.60. Philadelphia will start right-hander Kyle Gibson. Gibson is 3-1 with a 2.94 ERA in 6 starts. He has been outstanding over his last 3 outings, allowing 4 earned runs in 16.0 innings. Gibson has not gone longer than 7 innings this season, and that was in his opening day start. That will mean the Phillies have to rely upon their bullpen, and that is not good news, as the relief corps is 23rd with a 4.11 ERA. They have a 1.32 WHIP, 25th in baseball. The starting pitching for the Dodgers has been devastating this year, posting a 1.78 ERA and are 16-3. Clayton Kershaw is leading the way, going 4-0 with a 1.80 ERA in 5 starts. The lefty has been incredibly impressive over his last 3 outings, allowing 2 earned runs in 18.0 innings pitched, allowing 13 hits and 3 walks, while striking out 12. He has a 0.73 WHIP. Should he need to turn the game over to the bullpen, the lefty has no worries as the Dodgers are 5th in bullpen ERA at 2.94. While Gibson has pitched very well this season, you have to give it to Clayton Kershaw right now. The left-hander is dominating, allowing 16 total base runners over his last 18 innings with just 2 runners scoring. Take away the one bad outing he has had this season, 5.0 IP, 6H, 4 against Atlanta on April 18, and the lefty has yielded just 2 runs in 25.0 innings. Philadelphia has a productive offense and has hit well against lefties this season, 7th overall at .244, but the Dodgers have arguably the best lineup in baseball. Plus, Gibson has not pitched well against Los Angeles in his career, hammered all 3 times he has faced them, allowing at least 5 runs in all 3 starts. He has given up 16 earned runs in 16.0 innings, allowing 21 hits and 10 walks. He may have been pitching well this season, but he has not proven he can deliver against the Dodgers. Our total pick is under 8. The Philadelphia Phillies are pitching .4.96 ERA, 1.23 WHIP, allowing a .237 OBA. Listed starter for the Phils is Aki Flin, 1-1, with a 3.30 ERA, 1.12 WHIP, with 15 strikeouts allowing 18 hits and 1 home run through 19.2 innings pitched. The Phillies are batting .246 batting average for 168 hits, 96 runs and 19 home runs. Batting leaders for the Phillies are Kyle Schwarber with a .164 BA 11 RBIs and 4 home runs and Bryce Harper with a .266 BA 14 RBIs and 3 home runs. The Los Angeles Dodgers are pitching a 2.15 ERA with a .89 WHIP. Taking the mound for the Dodgers will be right-handed Julio Urias, 1-1, with a 2.50 ERA, 1.00 WHIP and 15 strikeouts allowing 10 hits and 2 home runs through 18 innings pitched. The Dodgers have a batting average of .253 with 109 hits for 70 runs and 14 home runs. Batting leaders for the Dodgers is Cody Bellinger with a .208 average for 9 RBIs and 4 home runs. And Trey Turner with a .263 batting average for 18 RBI and 1 home run. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you the user or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.